So what do we have here today, Sasha? A fantastic sales update from Richmond.
I thought we were talking about interest rates. But let's talk about Richmond, because this is
That's next.
that next. This is a big
Stay
stock of
tuned.
ours here. Eh? This is something we've been recommending. Oh, man, talk about timing. I think we timed this one absolutely perfectly.
Not to blow our own horn.
Yeah, not to blow our own horn, but I mean, massive sales increase in actual exchange rates versus prior year. But it's very important to remember that the prior year was working off very low rates. Yeah, and as per usual, Johan Rupert is very cautious about the medium term, as he almost always is.
What's nice to see here is that we've been focusing on the growth in Asia, but it's good to see that they've maintained growth
Asia,
in the
where's
Americas.
that? Oh yes, Asia, where 60% of the world's population live. Oh
They've
yes,
maintained growth though in Europe and America, where their main customer base still resides.
But Japan's still sucking wind, eh?
It's still battling.
So, there are only so many handbags you can sell to old people, huh? Is that right? Yeah. But a company we like, simply because of a big emerging middle class in Asia. Then what's this talk about nationalization? This is the same old story.
Same old, eh?
Same old story.
Hugo Chavez seems to be influencing the wrong people.
Hugo Chavez. I didn't know he had any influence, but there you go. Hugo.
You brought up some interesting stats on
what's been happening
in certain countries, eh?
Yeah, the ease of doing business has Venezuela, out of 183 countries surveyed, at number 177, because it's impossible to get credit there. Absolutely impossible, and that's as a function of what? Every business getting nationalized, including the banks, are next somewhere on the list.
And no one's going to invest there, because if you put your money there, it's going to get seized by the government. So what's the point?
What's the point? So if we're going to follow, I think that economy is 5 years away from complete destruction. But I mean, maybe they'll be saved by oil. So the oil forms about 80% of exports. But I think Hugo's done such a fantastic job at driving that economy into the ground. Inflation runs near 30%. You can't get any food anywhere. It's just a disaster.
So basically, by trying to empower the people, you're actually doing the opposite.
No, he was elected in a populist vote, and trying to nationalize everything, because it kind of, there are lots of people who like that sort of thing. You think that it's, so, if you're completely helpless, I guess, at some level, and you've got no future prospects, well, that appeals to you. So I think those are the types that maybe appeals to. Whereas the opposite should be true. Singapore, coincidentally, is number one on that list. Why? Because they make it very easy to do business there, and subsequently their unemployment rate is next to nothing. But some things to think about.